Welcome back, guys. In today's video, we dive into an epic tale where Superman finds himself stranded in the vastness of space. Yearning to return to Kansas, he attempts to hitch a ride with the space dolphins. Will he succeed in making it back home? Watch to find out. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe to support the channel's growth. Your support means a lot. The story starts when Chinese submarine was sinking, and the Chinese were hoping to rescue the crew and leave before anyone noticed. Despite facing some interference from the Chinese Navy, the Justice League catches up to the rescue team, if only to find that it's not a rescue team, but a salvage team. This was not a rescue mission at all. It was a mission to recover an alien spaceship that had crashed in international waters. The Justice League analyzed the ship, with Hal Jordan and Martian Manhunter deducing that the ship's stellar drive, which had been damaged from the crash, had the ability to open wormholes. The damaged drive was generating a singularity that, if left unchecked, could destroy the Earth. Superman volunteered to go deep inside the ship and stabilize its systems, while Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Hal, and Aquaman used the lasso of truth to prevent him from getting sucked up by the singularity. Batman and Green Arrow supervised the mission from their undersea vehicle, while Flash used his speed to generate a maelstrom around a Chinese battleship to prevent it from getting sucked in as well. Deep inside the ship, Superman decided to use his body to complete the ship's damaged circuit and stabilize its energy. Superman was able to stabilize the ship's drive, but the ship had disappeared and its wormhole had absorbed him. He was gone, and the Justice League had been searching the entire planet to find him. Superman had been thrown into outer space, away from home. Superman had attempted to return to Earth, only to grow tired from his long journey and eventually lose consciousness while in deep space. A group of tiny aliens find Superman and bring him into their ship. He has trouble breathing inside the ship, so the aliens adjust the ship's inner atmosphere so Superman can breathe properly. The aliens ask where he come from, and Superman answers that he came from a planet far removed from this region of space. The aliens claim to have found Superman's home planet, the third planet away from the sun, and ask for payment for bringing Superman home. When Superman answers that he doesn't carry any money with him, the aliens throw him out of the airlock, dumping him into the planet. Superman attempts to fly, but has trouble adjusting to the planet's atmosphere and gravitational pull, and realizes that whatever planet he finds himself on, it's not Earth. He crashes into the planet's surface and is found by the local inhabitants. They appear to be children wearing masks and holding holographic devices. When Superman attempts to ask for their help, the natives run away, but Superman grabs hold of one of them and finds that the native is really a child, and his mask helps him breathe through the toxic atmosphere. As the child runs away, Superman learns how to fly all over again in order to explore the planet. While the planet is not really Earth, Superman finds it similar, both in environments and cultural diversity. He ultimately comes across a massive ice wall with strange markings written on its side. He flies above the wall and finds a huge agricultural field on the other side. The field is maintained by a man wearing formal clothes. Superman believes Victor to be the man's name, but the stranger replies that Victor is the name given to the people's elected leader, similar to a president. When the Victor asks Superman how did he arrive to this planet, which doesn't even have a name, Superman explains that he can develop superpowers when his body is exposed to exotic forms of stellar radiation. He was stranded in the middle of space with nothing but the remnants of an alien spaceship to use as supplies. He scavenged what little he could from the spaceship and constructed a fuel tank in order to return home. Unfortunately, he was caught in a meteor shower and left unconscious in the middle of space. Upon finishing his tale, Superman asks if there is anything he can do to help the common people. But the Victor says that the zealots are beyond their help. The Victor cannot violate the will of the people because it was the will of the people that elected him in the first place, something that Superman understands. The Victor gives Superman fresh supplies and a new suit to help him survive his journey home, and Superman departs from the planet, but not before suggesting a name for the planet, Kansas. Meanwhile, Superman awakens from his sleep and continues his journey to Earth. His only companion is Marcus, an artificial intelligence that monitors the equipment given to him by the Victor of Kansas. The white suit gathers residual solar energy from space and helps Superman replenish his powers, but it's only a marginally efficient method. The Man of Steel suddenly comes across a group of space dolphins, the animals that Lobo mentioned back when he was in the Justice League. As the space dolphins can travel at faster-than-light speeds, Superman thinks he can hitch a ride with them and reach Earth faster. Although he cannot communicate with the dolphins through words, the dolphins can sense his feelings and agree to let him travel alongside them, and Superman agrees since, according to Marquis, it would take him 6 months to reach the nearest yellow star. As he grabs one of the dolphin's fins to travel across space, Superman talks with Marquis about how big space is and how, all this time, he had taken space travel for granted. The dolphins take Superman to a remote planet, a gas giant with an energy field that traps several dolphins. Superman realizes that he didn't just come across the dolphins. They were looking for him because they need his help because their calves are trapped deep within the planet. Superman agrees to help the parents recover their calves and flies down to the planet's surface, which is covered by a vast desert, and comes across a large torrent of sand that takes Superman's shape in order to directly attack Superman. Superman defends himself and attempts to communicate with the giant, who says that the dolphins are an aggressive species that has decimated a large number of the planet's population, causing that the planet's inhabitants are microscopic creatures like protozoa. The dolphins have been feeding off these creatures without realizing they are sentient, and the sand giant Superman is talking to right now is actually a collective of multiple creatures who had been trying to defend their home after they were attacked by another aggressive species, the Correctadio. The sand giant, which takes the shape of Lois, agrees to let Superman and the dolphins go, but can't say anything about the Correctadio, or how can Superman return to Earth. Suddenly, the dolphins depart from the planet without Superman, who realizes that the dolphins he just met are not the same dolphins who visited Earth. They were completely different groups. Frustrated, Superman smashes the device containing Marquis but realizes he just destroyed his only companion, forcing him to continue his journey alone.